Today we'll be introducing the 10-port UB5 charger used on our M6E models and also our M6A Pro G200 models. This is the main charger unit. We can see it has two banks. Both sides can charge batteries. We also have our battery butlers for both sides, and this will actually sequence the charge on the batteries. As you can see, we have 5 ports for each side for a total of 10 ports. Also included would be the correct adapters for your batteries. These are for the M6E unit batteries. These are individual charge ports for the batteries that connect directly to the charger if you do not want to use the battery butlers, and also the screws used to install the battery butlers. Let's go ahead and get this assembled, and I'll show you how to connect the batteries and start your charging.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started with installing the battery butler. So there's a couple steps we need to go through. We'll start by removing the cover for the power connection. Just pull that out and set it aside. We'll also need to remove 4 screws. This Phillips head screw, this Phillips head screw, this one over here, and this one here. Let's go ahead and remove these and I'll show you how to install the battery butler. When we use the battery butler, these little black screws are no longer used. They're actually replaced with these longer silver thumb screws that actually hold the battery butler in place. So let's go ahead and get the battery butler, and we can see here we have a matching connection on the battery butler that mates up with the connection on the charger. So let's go ahead and push it in place. Just want to push it evenly in place. It'll pop right in, like so. And then these silver screws will simply thread in place on all 4 corners and just snug them down by hand. Okay, now we have the battery butler installed and it's nice and secure. The next step we'll take is to connect our battery connectors to the ports. And just make sure they're fully seated. See, this one's not all the way in. There we go. Okay, I quickly want to go over the various controls on the charger. So starting on the front of the charger right here, we have our power button. Let's go ahead and turn this on. You can hear the fans kick on and the screen comes on. On the left-hand side, we have our charge rate dial with 10, 15, and 30 amp charge rates. Here we have our LED indicators, which will show a couple different indications of the state of the charger and the state of the batteries. We have our charge button and our storage button. Of course, these correlate to starting a charge on the batteries or putting them in storage mode. Also, if you have the battery butler installed, we have LED indicators right here on all of the ports that also indicate the level and status of the battery. Now we're going to go ahead and actually connect our battery. We'll start by connecting our balance lead. Then we'll connect the negative terminal and then the positive terminal. We're going to turn the battery on by holding down the button on the front. And the battery is now on, and you can see the light is now green. If we go up to the screen, we can see that the channel 1, which is the one that I just connected, is idle. In order to start the charge, simply hold down the charge button. As you can see, it just took a moment to initialize, but you can see now unit 1, channel 1, is charging. We can see the individual cell voltages along with the total battery voltage and the capacity, time, and charge rate for the battery. You can connect additional batteries to the battery butler, even if it's already charging. When this battery is finished, it'll move on to the next battery. Very, very simple, and of course you have 2 banks in the chargers. These 2 banks, think of these as independent chargers. So you can have different settings on this side than this side. So for example, you can have your batteries in storage mode on this side and charging on this side. You can also change the charge rate on each side. This is essentially 2 chargers in one, so keep that in mind. Okay, very simple. Now let me show you one more thing about the charger, and that's charging the batteries without using the battery butler. It is possible to use this charger without using this battery butler. The charger includes this cable right here. This cable simply plugs directly into the charger port, and the other end will plug into the battery. You will still require the appropriate battery connection for your battery. So let me show you how to hook this up. We simply connect the appropriate battery adapter to the plug. We can now connect the battery balance cable, the negative, and the positive. Now the battery's already on, and when you don't have the battery butler connected, the charger will actually begin charging automatically within 10 seconds. Otherwise, you can hold down the charge button and it will begin charging. Now the process from here on is just like the battery butler, except it only has 1 battery connected. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial of the 10-port UB5 charger. If you guys have any additional questions or need more information on this charger, you can visit us at our support page at support.hse-uav.com. Thanks again.